Okay, people, what's up? It's me, Bankai. Final episode. Holy shit.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And this might have been the best final episode I've ever seen of Game of Thrones.
This is the best final. This is the best.
This is. It's like.
But I'll say this: I have two things that honestly it's not. One of them I like, but I very much question, and it continued. And then there was one other thing. Oh yeah, the freaking teleporting shit. Like what the fuck?
Varys is today's winner of the teleporter awards. He did a double teleport.
But I mean that is like an ongoing problem within the Game of Thrones story, is that the passage of time,
yeah,
how much time literally moves in one episode. Like Varys was in Dorne. No, Varys left.
It's probably a couple of days through. I think from the scenes are like a couple of days and stuff. Like this happens a couple of days here, a couple of days there. Because think about what they said. Oh, I know what happened. She killed my son, my granddaughter, which means like Cersei killing all of them King's Landing was a couple of days before, or maybe a week.
Honestly, I think that's even a problem in the books. I think it's more blatant in the show, but I've heard that's like an issue in the books sometimes too, like the passage of time. Like, that's exactly what I was thinking when Elena said that. She's like, "How did you know this already?" Like seriously. But all right. But yeah, it was like a nice with that it was like a 9.5.
Yeah.
Somebody said Varys is beaming down from the USS Enterprise.
All right. So all right, let's tackle the beginning of this episode. Let's tackle Cersei's rise to power and how she just dragged.
Wow, it's just I still can't believe that happened. I'm still thinking it in my head like, holy shit. And you know what? That stupid ass should have listened to Marjorie. She said, "We need to leave and get the hell out."
She's like, "We need to bounce.
We need to get the fuck out." And he said,
But see, look, that was the High Sparrow's big weakness. He's all in the gods. He's like, "Oh, the gods won't let anything happen to us in the Septum of Baelor." Nothing like that happens, and then fiery mess.
Green wildfire just everywhere. And
Cersei's revenge. Like I don't. Here's my thing, like, all right. So her original plan was trial by combat. Was this really her master plan this whole time?
I mean, think about it.
That's the one thing I think that is really confusing. Like, 'cause obviously, this was a much better plan than just simply winning your trial by combat. This was a much better plan. And I have to believe that, to be quite honest, Cersei had this. This was Cersei's master plan. I think once she found out about the wildfire, maybe that's when she formed this scheme.
That's possible.
Everyone confirmed it. That was what he was looking into. With that said, I have to believe at one point it was just going to be as simple as she was going to get through trial by combat, because then it makes that whole moment a couple episodes back where Tommen eliminated trial by combat kind of like sexless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing could have been explained better if we knew the passage of time, because it means maybe a week or a couple of days had to have been in between him saying no combat and her putting all this together. Because Qyburn says, "Hey, you remember that rumor? Yeah, that's just real." So she has to one, figure it out where it is, and then lay it, and then put them candles there, and really a lot of it is just luck. Because who would say that Lance or anybody was going to come to get her?
Yeah, that's true.
No, who said Qyburn was going to be able to lure Pycelle out? And really, why the hell did you lure Pycelle anywhere? Like, oh yeah, because Pycelle was going to be able to just stop anybody.
No, I think she killed Pycelle because Pycelle more or less betrayed her. I think she took out everyone that betrayed her. Because remember, this.
But she could just let Pycelle go to the damn scepter.
Cersei's of ultimate revenge has really been hinted this entire season. I think that's why they've done too. They put Cersei on the back burner throughout this season for the most part, to where you knew when it was going to finally happen, she was going to do something crazy. And she's even mentioned, about burning down her enemies, and then of course the whole thing about she said to Jaime, "What do we do to those who wrong us? We show no mercy to our enemies. Show us, how we Lannisters operate." And that is the Lannister thing. Like Lannisters, when you fuck with a Lannister, the Reigns of Cashmere, that is their theme song.
Yeah.
That is like this is WWE. That's what they entered the ring into.
But you know the funniest thing? The one thing that made me laugh, it made me really know that the High Sparrow was gonna die. He sent Lancel Lannister to go get Cersei. Excuse me, did you not send like 10 of them in a couple episodes to go get her, and that didn't go too well either? Like, what are you doing? You gonna send one to go get her when 25 couldn't do it? Like, you smoking some, High Sparrow? You really?
Come on, what do you expect? He's a bum.
I'm saying maybe he knew somehow that Robert Strong wasn't with Cersei,
I'll say this about High Sparrow. I didn't find the High Sparrow that interesting per se, but he played the game well. Like he was winning. He played the game very well. He just was up against a master, and someone far more ruthless than he was.
I agree with you on that one. Mm-hmm. She is the queen. She is the queen of the Game of Thrones. Cause like I said, when she got Ned, yeah.
But what did in the High Sparrow it's what did in a lot of people. He played the game his way, and he thought everybody was going to play in that same way. He was wrong. Ned Stark thought, oh, they're just going to play by honor the way I play. They didn't, He thought, oh, the fear of the gods, and everybody's going to play my way. No, Cersei didn't. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. Cersei don't play by the rules. And I remember when they had that meeting when what's his name? Small John Umber had met up with the boat with Ramsay. He told him that rules changed. Like, we don't do that no more. With the honoring and that type of shit, it's changed.
Yeah, because like the funny thing is the honor in this show, honor is good, but it's also bad because like I was discussing this with my cousin. I was like, most of all this and people that got killed, like with Robert and stuff, was because of Ned Stark's honor. Mm-hmm. Because think about this. His honor is what got Robert killed because he could have said something to Robert before he said something to Cersei, but his honor said, "Oh, I can't have innocent kids get killed." And then, when Robert dies, he dies because of his honor. He has to think of two things: honor to the realm or honor to my friend. Because honor to the realm means put Stannis on the throne. Honor to Robert means put Joffrey on the throne. Because what did Robert say? My heir, Joffrey, not his true heir, because he didn't know.
And you know what? Tyrion foreshadowed this in this episode. He told Daenerys that you are now playing the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're
so
playing.
he know who she dealing with, his sister. And he know his sister play that way.
Mm-hmm. And there was the other thing that happened in this episode, which I can't believe I had thought that I was right about.
Yeah.
Arya kills Fred. And I can't believe it happened.
That's actually, honestly, okay, all right, hear me out. That's actually what I didn't like.
Really?
And what brought it down, and this is why. That shit makes no sense.
Nah, that's true. It's like how it is that she was able to...
I can't hear you.
No, Bresboy, we can't hear you.
Oh, shit, can't hear you.
Check your settings for your mic.
Did you about to say, Rick?
I was talking to Bresboy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
All right.
But yeah, like, she was able to do the whole face thing. And, like, she never did that before.
Well, she is no one now.
Yeah, she's no one now.
What? All right. I don't have a problem with her killing the Frey. I love that part. But thinking about it in terms of the story, her doing what she did. All right. First off, her having the powers of the Faceless Man kind of makes no sense because she left. Yeah. Then her killing after rebelling against the House of Black and White for the sake of not killing. It really contradicts her whole story arc in those last couple episodes. So it's like, what are you going to do with Arya? You know what I mean? Like, where do you want her to go?
You know what? I'm kind of thinking. I feel like she'll either join the Brotherhood or she'll just like end up killing Mel somehow because Mel is going in her direction.
You know what, Rick? I can see what you're saying because it was kind of a waste of time with that storyline going on. If she returned back doing the same thing that she was doing before, so that was a waste. That was a waste of a storyline.
How did she get the powers? Like, how she left the Order. How did she get the powers?
All they did was give her a way to clear her list. That's all they did.
And see, here's the problem. One problem I have with the Game of Thrones, unlike The Walking Dead, is when it comes to The Walking Dead, Scott Gimple will tell you that things happen off screen. He tell you days go by before this stuff happen. Dan and Dave never tell you this. They never tell you, oh, she learned this off screen, or 7 days went by. This why this person was done so fast. They
Yeah, you
never
do have
really
to
say
The
it.
timeline was super messed up this episode. Like, it was really weird.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I love it up because she killed him just like he had a mother killed.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
from a fan point perspective, yeah, I love that Ray finally
I
got
loved
into Zerks.
You guys
And
like
I-
the
That raises one
pines?
question
and
though.
You guys
and
like the pines?
And I love the conversation that Wilder Frey and Jamie had. He was like, "You just like me. We are king slayers." And Jamie was like, "No, I'm not."
No.
Walter Frey is such a bitch. That dude's
Yeah,
such
he is. He is.
But
He
I
was a
wonder,
conqueror.
is
He
Edmure
was a
out
great
free
conqueror.
now? Is Edmure
What's up,
free
Rich Boy?
now?
What's up?
I said he was a great conqueror, Walder Frey.
Oh shit.
Yo, trolling on his bitch too.
I'm saying to be technical, was Frey like the greatest military person? No, but he knew what he had, the twins. Everybody needs the twins. If you're north and you want to go south, you need me. If you're south and you want to go north, you need me. Walter Frey knew, hey, I'm not strong, but you motherfuckers need me for something.
Yeah, true.
You want to go, you gotta pay the toll.
True. At the same time, he had weak forces. We just said anybody could have busted through and took him out.
I'm saying that's true, but then again, that's not true. Because here's the thing. Rob had the entire North. He lost one house, still had to go talk to Frey.
Yeah.
Well,
the North is 3 times everything else on the map.
I'm gonna say
you lost 300 people, and you had to go to one of the smallest places on the map to still playing the game.
I'm gonna say this. I think
It's not
Rob
3
talked to
times
him.
populated, though.
No, I think Rob talked to him out of honor and respect. I think if you got like a dirty motherfucker who just dirty, they just wanted to go there and just take it, they just take it with ease.
But for strategic reasons, he still needed him because let Walter Frey side with the Lancers, which he did. When their armies come up there, he can just block them off and then they can just get him. But it's so much to it. It's like
And Walter Frey was a coward anyway. Like Jamie asked me, say, how many battles have you fought?
we lost all the evil houses. So we lost the Bowdens and the Dreadfort. The Fraser gone, so it's like, all the evil houses are dying. It's like, Lannisters. We're real endangered here.
Another thing that happened in this episode, which was small, but I found it interesting, was Sam.
I like him. I like
He
When Sam went
it. It had a Harry Potter theme. It had a Harry
When Sam went to the last Airbender library.
Look like the owl's about to come out.
I said that in my live reaction. In my live reaction, I'm like, "Where's the owl? Where's the owl?" To tell me.
It's not for men.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Sam say? I know he said he was going there to help John. Was it about the White Walkers? Get some information on them.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do.
He's trying to get his chain though. He's trying to become a mainstream.
Yeah, he's trying to do that.
Yeah, that was still to help John out. But here's my thing: we got
If
Brand.
Sam don't learn nothing about no White Walkers, I'm sorry. I like Sam, but he gonna got to die. I'm sorry. Give that Valyrian steel sword to somebody that's gonna use it, damn it.
Chill.
But my point I'm trying to make is just like, okay, if he's standing for White Walkers, we got Brand who done saw the flashbacks of how the White Walkers was made.
That's true.
Where's this gonna go at? Where's this going?
Well, Brand's got to get there.
Brand and Sam are our intelligence. Those are the intelligence.
Well, the reason why I say this damn stuff was fine is I like the imagery. This is supposed to be like the greatest city in Westeros next to King's Landing, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah.
That's why not. So, I mean, to see that stuff, the imagery was cool, the scenery was cool, the library looked cool, despite the Harry Potter reference and whatnot. It was cool. It was nice.
Yeah. It was interesting. I liked it.
And I agree.
Yeah. And what else happened? Okay, we had the.
You guys we talked about it already, but Marjorie Tyrell dying. Not a fan. Not a fan at all.
Yeah, that sucked.
That sucked.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of big players in that scene.
Yeah, I love
Like
when she became. I love for that brief second she became Marjorie again. It's like, look, you fucking idiot! Like, you need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Look, you saw, but I'm just saying, look, that goes back to what I said earlier. You saw how confused he
No,
was.
Earl, no, the face he's when she switched back, like, oh shit, is this bitch playing me? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, the face of confusion was like, bitch, ain't not gonna happen to us. We good. The gods got us. Like, oh, no, they don't.
Now that
Like,
new
no, they
excuse.
don't.
Now that new excuse is the guy called us home. It was all time.
Look, if I want the god in Game of Thrones, I want the red god. At least, I can get flaming swords and I can come back. Like,
Yo,
But I mean, like, I agree with Red's boy. I didn't like the fact Marjorie died either.
Yeah, that was that kind of a buzzkill.
That was a buzz. I think honestly that's the main reason why Tommen killed himself.
I think. Plus, when you think about Lawrence as well.
I thought that was gonna strangle Tommen for a
about
second.
fucking Loras.
The thing is about Loras.
Well, this is why Loras died. He's going to do Marvel's Iron.
I was just about to say that, Rick. Rick, I was just about to say the same exact thing. I was like, Loras had to die for like Iron Fist to live.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, comments.
Yo, Iron Fist is gonna do. I hope that Iron Fist is gonna be scrawny as fuck.
So, when we going over the episode, what's the next point I forget?
Yeah, sorry, I kind of went off track. I wasn't sure where you guys were.
There's
So we
also
stopped at Walter Frey dying.
Yeah, Walter Frey. Then there was the confrontation between Davos and
yeah, you're about to mention it.
Melisandre.
That was good.
That was like, whoa.
Davos is one of the greats left. He's one of the few goats left in this show.
Yeah. He was not happy with her. He screamed at her. He said,
My only thing though is like, all right, here is the way that the scene happened. It just like went into it. There was like no really. I don't think the transition into it, like Davos coming into it, was done well. Like he literally just walked in the room like, "What's this, bitch?" You know what I mean? There was no like setup or transition for the scene itself. You know what I mean? That was my only issue.
I feel like Davos was just waiting for a part of the day to find Melisandre and their John like, she burned a kid. Get this bitch.
She burned
her now.
Bitch out of here.
Cause I thought last episode Davos was just gonna run up to her and hook her or something like, I know what you did, damn it. I wonder how Brienne go get back. Damn, she been on that boat forever.
But Melisandre still has a role to play in the story.
I'm not gonna lie. Davos is one of my favorite characters, but in that scene,
I love Davos.
In that scene, I think his emotions got to him because.
I mean,
I'm gonna say this because because at first he wasn't a fan of magic. He couldn't stand her, but he got her to revive Jon Snow.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Melisandre's gonna come back. And I feel like she's gonna come back with the Brotherhood because they're going north.
Davos the point where like where he realized Melisandre, and I think this is back in maybe the end of season 4, where he realized that Melisandre is a necessary evil.
Yeah.
But in truth,
that was the straw. But that in that situation, that was the straw that broke the camel's back because he did love Serene as his own.
Of course.
Loved that little girl to death.
Yeah.
And it was really fucked up as though Davos knows that his faith in Stannis was misplaced because Melisandre even told him, like, not only did I make the decision, so did Stannis. So I think that in a lot of ways, Davos has a lot of regret for following Stannis for as long as he did. And I know that Steve would kill me for saying that just now. It's bad. I don't know what. I don't know. I think in the in the books, doesn't like Stannis just walk into the blizzard and we don't know what happened to him after since?
Yeah, he's still like camped out waiting. He's like waiting the blizzard out, or he's trying to.
So it's like, I mean, if he goes a different route, that's fine. But show Stannis sucks. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, from what I hear, book Stannis is the shit. I heard people love the book Stannis.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he
there definitely is a difference
between
book Stannis and show Stannis, definitely. And show Stannis just.
The show really.
Well, I'll take that back. Show Stannis isn't woke. He Yeah, I wouldn't say Shirley Sanders just wrote. He just fucked up.
Yeah. So that happened. Then obviously there was the meeting between Orlena, I can see her name, Elena, Dawn people, and then Varys coming out of the hallway, and
Elena was hilarious. Elena was so funny in that scene.
Oh yeah, she was hilarious.
Elena is one of my favorite characters. I love Elena.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's beast.
She's amazing.
She is another Tywin Lannister, but you know, she been outplayed a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean,
at least she got like Elena's a Tywin. Like she's Tywin-like, but more likable character.
Yeah, definitely.
At least Elena has a sense of humor. Tywin's just
dry.
She does have a lot of telling younger women, you know, could you please, you know, shut up? I ain't trying to hear that shit.
And like I said, even though the Dorne is on Team Targaryen, and I'm so Team Targaryen right now, but I still don't like them bitches. I still don't like them.
I can't stand them. Man. Like I said, I don't see y'all people be talking about, oh yes, they join the Targaryens, but when somebody else do something wrong, get some problems. Like, nah,
exactly.
Man.
That's the worst thing about Dorne because with the Dorne storyline, I forget the name of the brother in the wheelchair, but he basically said last season, well, you know what, I got a plan and whatnot. So basically saying if everybody in Dorne would have lived, they still would have joined the Targaryens.
Yep.
So it's like no matter who was in Dorne, they were going to go to that side. And if the people if the House Martell went to that side, they probably would have had more damn people.
If Dorne was alive, from the show perspective, because there is a huge difference between book Dorne and show Dorne. And from the show perspective, I think Dorne would have probably stayed out of it.
No, he said he wanted to.
He didn't have an interest in going to war with them.
No, I think he would have sided with Daenerys. I think he would have sided with Daenerys.
Exactly.
I think he would have still made the alliance?
Yes.
He loved his sister. His sister was married to Rhaegar, so he's still a Targaryen guy.
I feel like he still would have done it. He probably would have just done everything in different ways than how Sam.
And here's my other complaint with them. They talking about, oh, I'm trying to revenge Oberyn. She was right there when the dude signed up for the contest.
Yeah, that's the whole problem. That's the biggest problem too. They have no right. They have no right to vengeance because it was a trial by combat and was about to death. So they have no right
to kill the brother and his nephew.
Well, they still have the right to vengeance for Elia.
That's what I was about to say now. But they basing it off of Oberyn.
Yeah, they're basing their whole
Oberyn.
They're basing their whole campaign on Oberyn.
I just try. I just try to find logic in this shoddy writing. I mean, it's hard, but
I get you.
I'm saying it's a lot of stuff that when you peel it back, it makes you think because like I'm looking at like me, I don't know, I pissed off my cousin because we was having major discussions, and I was looking at everything. I'm like, to be real technical, based on Dany's team, she has people that if she wanted to go here or there, she has the board set to get them. Because look, she has Theon. Theon is kind of good with Sansa, and Tyrion is kind of good with Jon. So work the board, she has the North. Now, when you look at Dorne, they killed a child. Let Daenerys know that. It's like, oh, y'all killing children. What did I do to the masters for killing children? And then he has Tyrion. Tyrion is like, this is my brother Jaime. I told him why he killed your father. You ain't mad at him no more. Because look, let's be real. How many people told her about the Mad King? So she can't be mad at that shit anymore.
Yeah, but I think that's because they killed so many. I think because.
So in a way, she can't act.
But so many Targaryen children were killed. I think she'll be like, it's like okay, that one. Like.
But I will say that if Tyrion found out that they killed Marcella, he would not be happy because
he wouldn't be. He wouldn't.
Because
and you know Jaime's gonna bring that up one way or another. There's gonna be a reunion with Tyrion.
It wasn't Tyrion's fault, but he's highly responsible for Marcella dying.
Yeah,
it's true.
He sold her to their biggest enemy.
He does have a role in that because he kind of triggered that whole scenario.
His plan for her to marry Trystane was like brutal failure, like a horrible failure.
Yeah, I'm
thought
also
that he
ready to
would get
rip
the
between
torch
Tyrion
soon.
and Varys stuff because Varys had to know something about that somewhere along the line. So
But honestly, I just don't see how they stand a chance. I don't. I really
which
don't.
side?
You talking about at King's Landing?
Yeah, King's Land. Yeah, all of Westeros.
Yeah,
I don't see how they stand a chance.
yeah. I don't see how they stand a chance against that big army Daenerys got. Jesus, that's big.
No.
Both of the strength of King's Landing for the longest time has been the inclusion of the Tyrell army.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's gonna be a total slaughter.
The only enemy
Stand up to
Daenerys
that.
Targaryen has now is geography. Where she fights will say something about how her people survive. Because
Exactly.
let's say who knows how she gets to fight in the north. The Dothraki don't wear armor. They don't wear a lot of shit that keeps them warm. How many people in this show got beat by the snow?
Exactly.
That's true.
Geography controls battle, and while they have dragons, well, the North has so many places that use spears, arrows, and are made for siege and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, but that shit's not going to work for that much. I mean, them dragons are getting bigger and bigger, and their scales are getting stronger and stronger.
The North isn't going to fight Dany besides the White Walkers. There's no way Jon Snow will fight Daenerys. There's zero chance.
This is how I feel. I think the environment that they be in, I think Danny Dave is going to find some way to make this battle be even. They're going to either have the environment kill half of the army after they did with Stannis, when that snow came and killed half his army, and then some of them left after his daughter got burnt. Something going to happen where they're going to make this battle kind of even. They're not going to make it a slaughter.
It's going to be on. If that happens, I can't see how they can't do it without like some plot convenience bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
Strategy, because that strategy you just mentioned, that was Tyrion's strategy, so he should already know that that's a possibility.
Yeah.
So the only way that, I can see that happening, but
I only have two points to bring up on my own. But the first point is about last episode. Did anybody notice that the head of House Karstark was not at the battle?
Who?
Oh right, he was.
Because
Karstark.
Small John Umber went there, but the head of Karstark was not there. I was like,
yeah.
Man, fuck the Karstarks.
And my second point I have to bring up is we know they're most likely going to
All right, before we get though, I do want to say, when it comes to Tyrion, him being made, I guess, hand of the queen is a better term.
Yeah,
that was an awesome scene.
History repeats itself.
Because I feel for Tyrion because all the entire series, every time he's done good work, he's never been given his props.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It kind of fell apart towards the end because he did get played by the Masters. At the same time, he proved that Dany can trust him.
Yeah.
He rely on her console, and he does have his best.
When I saw his face, the way he looked at her, he was like, "Damn, like somebody appreciate me for what I did."
But this episode missed one thing. Because in the end, when I saw Varys behind Dany, a part of me was like, no. Can we get some dialogue between Dany and Varys and all the shit he did? Almost get Jorah, almost getting her poisoned, all that shit. Like, come on. He got the easy forgiveness.
Right, that's true. That happened.
How did everybody else get almost flayed visually with words when they do some shit? Varys did everything, and she was like, "Yes, you just ride with me for my way back to Westeros." Lay his ass out. I like Varys, but lay his ass out.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell Jorah go spy on you and try to poison you
you know what? Damn, I forgot about that.
Dany's new dress, the new dress she's rocking right now. Dany's fucking hot right now. Oh my fucking god, this woman.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I got a point.
Now she's single too, Rick. So go for it.
Oh shit.
Rick, go.
What you talking about?
You talking about man, that fool coming across the sea like what?
Oh, you talking about the actor or you talking about the character? Single.
I'm talking about the character, how she turned down Dario to come with her to King's Landing.
No, I mean the Harris crossing the narrow sea shit.
Hey, I just thought about something.
Come out of nowhere like an RKO, if I can give me grayscale.
Hey guys, I just thought about something. So we already know that they're gonna hit our islands first. Do you think they're gonna introduce Dragonbinder?
Maybe. I mean, people don't know what Dragonbinder is.
I think that's gonna make their assault on the Iron Islands interesting.
Possibly.
For those who don't know,
Without Euron having Dragonbinder, there's no point. It's going to be fucking clutter.
What's funny is, though, to be quite honest, Danny doesn't even need the dragons for half these items.
No.
I don't even the dragons period to take out Westeros, to be quite honest.
She probably...
If she has the Tyrells and the Marshals, then yeah, she easy wins.
I would say she would need the dragons. I'm not sure about the Iron Islands. Maybe the Iron Islands. But I think she does need them for King's Landing. To an extent.
King's Landing would make it, because the walls would mean nothing. Yeah.
Hold on, wait, let me, I was looking at this damn picture of this shit earlier. Hold on, I'll be back, man.
Listen, man, she gonna need them dragons. Like I say, Dan Day gonna find some type of thing to knock off some of her army. So she gonna need them.
Yeah, she'll need them. Now the other thing that happened in this episode was the thing with Bran and Ben Jen.
I think we should let Brad's boy take the floor because that's like his.
Ben Jen steals the saddle and
that's like his thing. That's like his.
That's his thing.
Like really,
I thought it was interesting, to say the least. I mean,
it gave us what we wanted. I'm saying we didn't want to see Bran. We just wanted a vision. I'm just saying, let's be real. After this season, all we care about is how fast Bran moves. Because if Bran, I want to know about that Mark too. Did the White Walker's mark go off like an After Night tattoo at a strip club or something, or is that mark still on him? Because logically, he still has to have the mark.
I'm still pretty salty that we got Jon's parentage without ever seeing Rhaegar.
I know.
I was waiting for that.
That's right. All we see is Ned's sister and Lyanna, and then it's just like that's you see the baby, and then you see Jon, and I was like, what the
I got a little teary. I got a little teary.
Yeah.
But
the woman who was in there with Lyanna was the person that Ned told like Robert was like his mom, like was like Jon's mom. The person who was like in the room like with like Lyanna, the girl.
Yeah.
No, Robert. Well, Robert thought that Jon was just a bastard.
Yeah.
No, like Ned told Robert that Wyla was Jon's mom, and Wyla was like the girl who was like with her there, in the room.
See, Ned was smart. Ned did the right thing because if Ned would have told him, "Hey, look, my nephew is half Targaryen," think about it. Robert didn't like a Targaryen because think about it. Robert wanted Daenerys dead because he told Ned to do it, and Ned was like, "No, I'm not killing no child."
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert would have been salty too because he felt that was his woman in his mind too.
Yeah, of course. And think about it. If he wanted Daenerys dead and she's a Targaryen, he definitely would have wanted Jon dead.
Yeah, Jon would have been dead.
I will say the episode that hit me the hardest though, like the ending had me in awe because but when they declared Jon the White Wolf, the king, years of joy, bro. That shit was beautiful.
I laughed.
Did anybody notice? Did anybody notice the way Littlefinger and Sansa were looking at each other? Littlefinger looking like I told you they won't give you no credit and shit. She looking like
I'm so happy Littlefinger plans backfired on him because he always plans stuff with confidence and think it's gonna play out the way he think it was. Like he told Sansa, well, they ain't gonna go for Jon because he a bastard, and he looked like a fool in that place. He looked like a fool because it didn't go the way he wanted it to go.
I actually feel like it did.
But for me though, I think what made it so beautiful is you think of everything Jon's life has sucked these past 7 months.
Of course.
100%. And he finally gets his props.
Yeah, he does. That's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I
mean, the thing is, Littlefinger, when he was talking to Sansa and said what he wants, confidentially, Jon is the king of the North. Now, even if let's play devil's advocate here and really think about. Let's say in the end, Dany does get the throne. Let's say by some miracle, some odd miracle, Littlefinger wants the throne and has a chance to get it. Jon would still be the king of the North, and he could still stay in the North. but he probably would want Sansa by his side.
I'm saying that's true, but the way everybody wants it, everybody's like, I want Westeros the Seven Kingdoms. They always put the North in.
John doesn't want the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
John has no interest in the Iron Throne.
Yeah. That's more.
There's some weird sound effect going on.
Well,
I heard weird sound effect for some reason. Yeah, but next season only, it's just certain things that are gonna say how it's gonna go. Is Daenerys gonna demand fealty from the North? How fast will Bran get across the wall? Who will win the teleporter awards for every episode? I'm starting that hashtag, the teleporter awards. Varys got it. Theon and them had it last episode. Varys got it this one. He did a double.
and what I was about to say, shit, I heard next season was 7 episodes.
Yeah.
I thought it was 8. It's 7?
7 episodes, and then the final episode, season 8 has 6 episodes.
Because the cost, I think it's the cost of filming, so I guess they're cutting them down because they spent so much money filming this season. They spent a lot of money filming this season. I think that one battle, the last week episode, what, 20 million, is up there.
Holy shit. I gotta cut the episode. No, you don't get 8. No, not 10. 7. There you go.
All I know is Ghost better get some good kills in. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
And you want to know the funny thing? The reason why Ghost wasn't in the last week episode was because Dan and Dave was like, "Look, you got to choose between the Giant or Ghost, and Giant gonna stay."
Yeah,
but at the same time, it was perfect because we're not ready to lose another direwolf again.
No, I don't want to lose any direwolf. That shit.
Cause it's crazy. Like I thought about it in so many different ways. If Ghost was in that episode, he would have died getting Rickon.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
But you know what? Rickon probably would have still died too. Because as soon as he turned around on the horse to go back, right through the back, we would have lost Ghost and Rickon in the war. Everybody been mad.
Yeah, and then like I said, they already know that they killed a lot of direwolves out, so we only got 2 left. Now.
Yeah.
Now, from what I hear in the books, though, what's the other direwolf that's still alive? I think it's Sansa direwolf.
No, it's Arya.
Arya. Lady, right? Yeah, in the books they say that direwolf
has a pack
of direwolves with him.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they say her direwolves out there running shit.
So yeah, so yeah. So what else we miss?
I think that's about it. I mean, and we had the whole White Raven coming in, kind of signing "Winter is here."
Oh yeah,
and,
let me say this. They didn't they say in the episode that this was the coldest north?
Yes, they said that.
Yes. So think about it. The White Walkers might come to Winterfell.
Well, I mean, the whole point is.
Oh, Winterfell's going down.
The whole point is that wall. See, the wall is magic, and Benjen told them that there are these inscriptions in the wall.
Yeah.
So it's magic and everything. And the whole point is, I think Ricky mentioned this, the whole Bran going over the wall, and that's gonna break the wall.
But see, if that was true, Benjen would have warned him already, right? Wouldn't you think Benjen would have told Bran that, look, if you go over there, they might better get through the wall? But he never mentioned that, though.
Yeah, he didn't mention that. So,
I'm saying that there's only it's only established through theory. There's only 2 ways the White Walker's going to get through. Now, when they first found that dragon glass at the fist of the first man, there was a horn, and it was like, is this the horn of winter that can bring down the wall? We don't know. And then we have the mark on Bran. So we either have to go with speculation that that's the horn of winter, or we can go where we've been told, hey, this mark that he gave you means he can go where you go. Now, I would rather it be the mark because we know the mark. We don't want to be in front of the wall and then the White Walker's just like, and then the wall goes like that. And you're like, like, that's too easy. Like, come on.
Yeah. But, I mean, we'll see how things go with the North. It's progressing nicely here and there. And I guess, and hopefully we'll get more of Hound and the Brotherhood as they go forward with that. And yeah, I'm overall, I would say for the season, a 9, maybe a 10, a 9.
I'm definitely
This
going
episode,
with you're talking about the overall season, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely going with a 9.5.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9, and the only reason I won't give it a 10 is because just what happened in Dawn. I'm just like,
yeah, the Dawn thing is.
I'm like, no.
I honestly, this is my favorite season.
Yeah, this is my favorite season.
This
is my favorite season by far.
This is my best.
I'm gonna say I can say this. I'm gonna say that if they can top off this season, oh my god,
forget it. It's gonna be insane.
Like season 3 has always for the longest time been my favorite season.
Mm-hmm.
This is the shit. This season was the shit. I fucking love it. There's a couple episodes that were kind of meh.
To me, it was only 2 episodes. It was only 2 episodes, and that's not bad out of 8 episodes.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
It was only 2 episodes. And I
don't know why the premiere got so much hate. Like people hate on it. I thought it was fine.
But see, the thing is with Game of Thrones, it's so good till where even if they talk the whole episode, it's like you still getting pleasure out of it because the dialogue is so important.
Yeah.
It's like.
If it's important dialogue, I like it. If it's not important dialogue, I get pissed off. For instance, like when they had like the War Council with John and everybody, Sansa's dialogue about Ramsay playing mind games, I like that. But as soon as she says, "I don't know what you should do in a battle," I was like, "Bitch." That pissed me off.
I would say the only thing that I felt disappointed in was Arya's storyline. And it's not that I don't even hate it. I liked the ending until this episode of it.
Yeah.
But it really kind of makes no sense. Like, what is she? I mean, what is she? Does she? I don't know. It seemed like she was beyond. She had moved past her thirst for vengeance. She wanted to do something else with her life.
Unless she was just doing that as an excuse to get the powers, so she can get her thirst for vengeance.
You know what, Von Kai, you might have a point.
But that could have been. But at the same time, that's fine and all. But that could have been illustrated so much better.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You know what? I just thought about it right now. For what they're doing with her story, if she does anything else than other than joining the Brotherhood, it won't be logical. Because think of the way she's been going. She went there, because I'm doing this and all that, but she's always stuck to her list. She always been stuck to killing people who she believes are evil. And the Brotherhood aren't just killing anybody; they're going after who does evil and evil things. So that's the only people she can really join.
See, here's the thing. Here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker with that. This is why I don't think so. Then Arya was on the path to being an Avenger because she was kind of like that. She was, someone did some fucked up shit around, but she's totally left that path now. Now she just wants vengeance, and then of course you have that sign that shows that she wants something more with her life. She wants to be Arya again, but at the same time she wants something more with her life. But then you have it in this episode where she just goes back to her kill list.
Yeah.
But I want to go farther than anyone's ever gone. But she didn't really go anywhere.
Let me say this: that there was some foreshadowing of her going back to her old self because when she went back and got Needle out of that wall, that was her going back to Arya.
I understand, but all right, but Needle is all right. The whole thing with Needle and even like her hair and her appearance, that is all of who Arya is. That's Arya. But what I'm saying, I have no problem with her being Arya again. I think that's great for her character, and that's a great character arc.
I know what you're saying. It was a waste of time.
Right, because it's a waste of time in the sense that it's not a waste of time in having that character arc. I think that was because ever since season 1, she lost herself. She had to be a boy, and then she goes from being a boy to being Hound's sidekick, and then she goes to this order where you're no one. You lose yourself completely. She finds herself again, but then she goes back to being wanting vengeance, and that's not really where. The episode no one left her off on. It left her off on wanting to be Arya again and move on with her life. But now she's going back to her list. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I can see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. That's my issue.
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying.
Arya is one of my favorite characters. That's why it's disappointing for me. Arya really is one of my favorite characters in the series. I love Arya.
Mm-hmm.
So where she go next from there? Think she gonna go back to Winterfell?
I guess. I mean, I don't
I
know.
mean, it's
You know something I'm thinking about this. I don't know. I could be wrong because like I'm looking at this map, but you know what's interesting? That if the White Walkers were to hit them in the north first, the two things they get hit first was Castle Black and the Bear Island, which is interesting since the Mormons have been supporting Stark in major ways.
mm,
That's interesting because you know they always kill people no one wants to die and stuff. And what have they been doing with Lyanna Mormont in the Mormonts? They've been making them very likable. And what's the closest thing to Beyond the Wall where the Mormonts live?
mm,
So it's like I don't feel too safe for them.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
So, can y'all see the map right here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I see.
I see.
Yeah, because this is them right here, and this is everything beyond the wall, and this is them. Just, and I think this map shows where Hardhome is too. I can't remember. Oh damn it! Oh, what? Damn man. Frostfangs, where the Thins is.
Hardhome is deep in the
Hardhome is over
that
here.
shit is deep.
Hardhome is right over here.
Wow. The land of always winter. Huh.
But yeah, man, I just want to see how they gonna fight all those White Walkers off. That's my only thing.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be insane.
That's the biggest army I think I ever saw in the series, right? That's one of the biggest armies I ever saw in the series.
I mean, more people who die.
Yeah.
It's like
They really have to burn people as much as they can.
yeah, you have to burn them. There's no way around that. But you know what? I do feel for Benjen. Like now he has to stay up the north. He can't go over the wall.
Yeah.
It kind of upsets me. No, why can't you just no? Oh well, he's dead.
Man, they better hope they can find if some had wildfires left at it.
Wow. That's I don't think that's I think that's all of it. I mean, unless there's some kind of storage area that there's still more wildfire. But
Well, but here's my theory. They only used a wildfire that was connected to under the Seven Baylor. He said there were wildfire everywhere. So if all the wildfire things were connected, the whole city would have burned and everyone would have died.
everybody would have died.
So that means there are multiple stockpiles.
Yeah. But see, the whole point is that they would have to get it to the north.
They got to get that to the north then.
Yeah, they would do.
You know what? I'm gonna take a movie reference. Like I saw it on movies a couple of times. Maybe they don't have to fight. They don't have to fight their entire army. Just maybe if they take out the Night's King, they can stop all of it.
Well, it's possible. I mean, but we don't know much about the Night King, about his powers.
And the reason why I'm saying is because like the Night's King and the three other people that's with him, it's obvious they control the dead, the whites. They control them. Because remember when Bran was walking through them, they wasn't moving a nut because they didn't order them to move.
Yeah, when the king saw him, all the other ones just turned around and looked at him like,
Exactly.
"Boy, we see you."
Exactly. So if you get
they hit him with the who am I thinking of? The Cat Wills. Do you know that I can see you?
matter of fact, I'm gonna look at it like Pain from Naruto. If you take out Nagato, what happened? The rest of the fire, right? The rest of the path to Pain's fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look at it as that way. Maybe if you can take out the leader, the rest of the dead are fire.
Yeah. Hmm.
No, I believe everything. If you take out the Night's King, I believe that. That's very believable.
Yeah, it is.
Anybody remember where Harrenhal is?
Harrenhal is I want to say it's not on. It's on the path to the Riverlands, but it's like it's not too far away from the Twins and shit.
So I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking of something.
I forget.
So
I'm looking at the map and I'm
On a side note,
Yeah.
There's a show that comes on after Game of Thrones called Silicon Valley. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I need something else to watch. Yeah, I know next month. Well, they ain't gonna reveal nothing in the trailer, but y'all know next month the Walking Dead trailer come out, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, usually it comes out at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I don't know when it's going to be on, but HBO's going to be making this show called Westworld. That's pretty
Oh,
awesome.
that one, yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
I'll check that out.
Actually, I've been rewatching Breaking Bad for the past couple of days. Ever
Oh,
since
man.
the Jordan announcement.
I need to get back. I finished Breaking Bad, but I want to go back and go watch some of the scenes.
Bruh, I've come to the conclusion that Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. Because I've watched this shit. This is my third time watching it all the way through, and this shit is just as engaging as the first time.
I'm gonna say this. Breaking Bad is one of the I see wrong and I didn't see anything, but I'm gonna say Game of Thrones. Breaking Bad is one of the few TV shows that I see, me personally, that I saw didn't have no flaws to it.
It literally doesn't. It literally doesn't. Anyone and every time someone comes up tries to find one, you can, if you just know your shit, you can easily screw it. Breaking Bad,
you can negate it. You can negate it. Yep.
It's really a perfect story in my opinion. It's as close as you get.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't have nothing else to watch now. It's like on air.
I know, it sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna tackle my backlog of anime that I have.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
That's
too.
probably what I'll be doing the rest of it. And games. I have a shitload of games.
I mean, there's a few shows coming out. There's Vice Principals on HBO with Danny McBride. Yeah,
I might check out that Baller show because The Rock's on it.
You know what? I was at work and one of my employees told me that show was pretty good. I don't know if you should take it too serious, but he says it's pretty fun, pretty good.
What's the name of the show?
Ballers.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if HBO would fork out that kind of money for a TV show.
Well, if y'all don't know, Game of Thrones is HBO breadwinner. That's what's really keeping them shows up right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, even the other shows, they got a lot of pretty known actors.
Well,
Hopkins is going to be in freaking this Westworld show.
Well, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
But that's true. But like the David Simpson, I don't know if you watched The Wire before.
Mm-hmm.
But when The Wire,
I have not checked. I have not watched The Wire.
You need to watch The Wire. The Wire.
I want to check out The Wire, and I want to check out Boardwalk Empire.
The Wire is my favorite. It's my favorite TV show of all time. I love The Wire to fucking death. But anyway, when David Simmerman, he did an interview, he said that at that time the reason why they was pretty much still on air because what's the name of that shit? Dealing with it start with an S. The Sopranos. The Sopranos was doing good at that time. It was helping them bring in money.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Game of Thrones is that breadwinner. So they like, hey, you know what? We got Game of Thrones. So if we can keep Game of Thrones on, it's gonna help bring in the cash, and that cash gonna help support these other shows that's going on.
Yeah.
So
I actually got into it with someone because someone was like, "Sopranos is better than Breaking Bad." I'm like, I don't know about that. To be honest.
Nah, I don't.
I need to rewatch. I need to rewatch The Sopranos to like have a strong argument. But I don't think it's gonna sway me though when I rewatch it.
Man, that BS ending is gonna cut it black.
That's just me though.
Yeah, we still live, right? Oh, yeah, because it say live.
Oh, he's probably about to live. But I think we pretty much talked about everything we need to talk about on air. Overall, I thought this season was phenomenal. It has a couple issues here and there, but overall, I think it was a phenomenal season.
And I agree with you. Like you said, they got a couple of issues, but it's very few I can really say. But yeah. Phenomenal. And if Dan and Dave can top this off, then they're genius.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know,
good. Yeah.
And you know, I saw an article where they was complaining, talking about Dave and Dan was catering to fans, having, just catering to fans this season. I'm like, nah, man, this been a long time coming. It's been 3 years since the good people been getting beat bad. You know what I'm saying? And when the good people finally win something, now they catering to fans. I'm like, nah, man.
That is true. We had Justice. We had Justice. Walter Frey got his Justice hurts.
Exactly. Ramsey Bolton.
In the right hands once again with a new King of the North, which was
Yeah.
You know how long it took for us as viewers to get to this point? A long fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
We lost
I think too what the
Raphael.
show did. I think what this season did was a great sense of in-game approaching.
Yes, agree.
We know because we look, we know because we look on the interwebs and whatnot. Yeah, we know that the end is near. But if you didn't have that inside information, you still could get a sense that we are reaching the end game.
Exactly.
With all the throwbacks to earlier events of the show, and that's what a great long-running story does. When you get to the end, it reminds you of things from the beginning and what got us here. And I think this did a good job with that.
So after Game of Thrones, I said we got 2 more years of Game of Thrones. They stopping at 8 seasons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where y'all see Game of Thrones ranked it after everything is done?
I can't even answer that question right now. I will say when it comes to strictly the fantasy genre, it has to be one of the best fantasy shows ever.
Oh, of course.
Personally, I won't lie to you.
Strictly within the genre itself.
Yeah.
What will define Game of Thrones is by its seasons, which have been good, but what's going to define it in the end is how it ends.
Yeah, but to see what it ranks, it already is cemented itself as one of the best fantasy shows, TV shows ever. How it ends will determine how high it ranks in that.
Yes.
Okay.
Because how it ends will determine did it waste your time, hyping you up the whole time.
I'm gonna say it like this: I'm a simple fan. I don't want much. Just don't kill Jon Snow off. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, don't kill Jon. Don't kill Jon.
I'm simple. I'm a simple fan. I don't ask for much.
Don't kill Jon, but don't kill Tyrion, please.
Please don't. Please.
Don't those two. Just leave those two.
Yo, I can't wait for Jaime to see Tyrion. Oh, I can't wait for him to see Tyrion.
That's gonna be
remember what Jaime said too, like all right, because you know how they put that previously on Game of Thrones. Usually it's shit that's gonna reflect and come back in the episode. When they show Jaime saying that in the previous on Game of Thrones, you know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I can't.
If I see my brother again, I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Let's go, family reunion time. Yo, how pissed is Cersei gonna be when she finds out what Tyrion's? Yo, Tyrion gonna be mad salty.
Yo, man, what you think Tyrion gonna say? He found out that our bastard children is dead.
Wow.
Yo, Cersei's gonna be salty as fuck when Tyrion shows up. It's gonna be hilarious.
I want to know what Gendry
They made the situation in King's Landing so bad that you almost have to root for Khaleesi now.
Yeah. Exactly. Because
there's not really more options.
The only person I don't want to hurt in King's Landing is, you know what? I'm gonna say this, Jaime. I like Jaime.
Of course, yeah, I like Jaime too. I mean, 100%. And his life's been.
The only problem I had with Jaime is when he puts Bran out that window. That's the only problem. I just disliked him.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
I think Jaime's endgame is he'll become Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.